Hello, Just Too Good here, and back in June 2019, Ash and Flash and I did a custom LEGO minifigure series on the Toy Story movies. Well, we tossed around the idea of doing a second series that would break the rules, aka just feature characters and variants that haven't appeared in LEGO form before, even if it's because of licensing conflicts. So for once, this is a pretty unrealistic series, but let's have some fun. Of course, everybody wants a LEGO Mr. Potato Head, which is our first minifigure in the series. Here we base the design off of the new LEGO Frozen 2 Olaf minifigure, more specifically for the arm pieces lifted straight from Olaf. Ideally, his facial design would be one piece that can be removed like an accessory, and the same with his ears, but for now we just figured the hat would be a new piece that could be removed like a mini doll accessory. I originally wanted to use Dr. Porkchop's hat from the Western Train Chase set, but it didn't fit the accuracy bill. Now we can't have the Mr. without a Mrs. Mrs. Potato Head would have the same body piece our Mr. Potato Head has with that new face design though. Again, not sure if we'd make that a separate piece to work like an accessory. For sure, the hat would be a separate new piece though. In terms of licensing issues on why we haven't gotten a Mr. or Mrs. in LEGO form, the Potato Head brand is owned by Hasbro, which might as well be the LEGO group's biggest competitor. Slinky Dog is another key Toy Story character LEGO had to skip out on, since the Slinky brand is owned by competing toy line James Industries. Now his figure would probably be two pieces, the body and head, the head piece working like Crypto or Scooby-Doo's. The middle coil was going to be a similar looking piece used to connect to Technic pins, but it didn't fit the right size. Ideally, the middle part of our figure would stretch and Slinky's feet would attach to 4 studs in total. The figure would also come with simple building block builds using a printed 2x2 brick, a 2x2 plate at the bottom, and a 2x2 jumper at the top. A and J, red and green. I wonder what that all means. Probably just a coincidence. Next is Barbie from Toy Story 3. Yeah, LEGO Barbie will never happen since Mattel owns Barbie, people see LEGO Friends as a competing toy line to Barbie, and they may even be a bigger competitor company to LEGO than Hasbro at this point. Our figure uses a new hair piece, and we debated making her a mini doll, but I thought it would be more consistent to just include minifigures in this series. And we can't have Toy Story 3 Barbie without Ken, who didn't even require a new hair piece. Emmett's hair fits surprisingly well, as did the idea to use dual molded arms and legs. This is one of my favorite figures of this series with all the colorful detail, down to his nice ascot. As for other missing members of Lotso's gang in Toy Story 3, we have the monkey. This was omitted from our first series due to the character's sizing and proportions compared to other minifigures in this theme. I thought it was also a licensed toy, but I'm not sure anymore. Either way, yeah, this one is hard to translate since he's usually seen sitting. LEGO would cheap out and not do dual molded legs, but just print the front feet area, and he'd most likely use a molded head with that death stare. A simple symbol build using the 1x1 piece I like to call the stamp and the dish piece, Solemn Pearl Gold, make up the accessories. And heck, we even did Big Baby. We omitted him from the first series as well due to his size. A big fig-like piece would be more fitting, but those don't come in blind bags. But honestly, I think he translated really well into minifigure form, more so than the monkey. He's quite an adorable design, using a regular worn leg piece and torso. His accessory is a bottle, which is actually an existing piece from LEGO Friends with new printing. The only figure of a character from Toy Story 4 is Arctic Combat Carl. We did the regular Combat Carl in our first series, but this dude was a smash hit for his High Five misadventures. The same unique hair piece is used here, Zane's from the Ninjago movie in black. His accessory is a 1x1 printed circular towel of a grape soda bottle cap, which is brought to Bo Peep by her sheep in the first scene this version of Combat Carl appears in. Of course, Pixar fans will know the importance of this little cap in relation to another Carl from another movie. We also considered doing the other variant of Combat Carl seen in Toy Story 4, but I felt it would be too samey, so maybe if we ever do a Series 3, he'll appear in there. Now, being a Series 2, you have to cut us some slack with including obscure characters, the first of which is Zurg's robot from the opening scene of Toy Story 2. This is one of the most nostalgic movie openings to any movie for me. I would play it over and over on my VHS. The Minions design may look foreign at first, but it actually uses a lot of existing LEGO pieces in its build. the roller skate piece at the bottom, a 1x1 stamp piece, a cone piece connecting to the new printed body piece. For that body piece, there's a stud where that printed tile goes on, and holes to connect two new arm pieces. Those pieces would have a pole connection hole to fit in the microphone to bowl off the left hand, and a small fork on the right hand. Our second sort of obscure character is Reptilius Maximus from the Toy Story That Time Forgot, which was a 2014 Christmas TV special. He also made a very small cameo in Toy Story 4 on Bonnie's Lunchbox. The figure here uses a new specialized headpiece, but everything else uses existing pieces. The armor piece isn't new, and the mace build has a common pole, but it's also the first time that spiked ball top has appeared in red. Moving on from obscure characters with small roles, what about variants of characters with big roles? Well, actually, Tour Guide Barbie is technically a different character from the Toy Story 3 Barbie, and our LEGO version uses a new hair-hat combo, but that's about it for new pieces. There's a felt skirt though, and her accessory is a 2x3 printed tile of the guide Rex needs to defeat Zurg. I love how Ash and Flash Legofied the design. Our next three are the variants of the main characters in this series, first of which is Woody. Now, these are based on a Toy Story Toon short called Hawaiian Vacation, which was released with Cars 2 in 2011. Woody here uses a new hair-hat combo with the straw hat, and has the appropriate flowery torso design. Also, his accessory is a 1x2 tile of Ken's planning brochure, showing the special moment he wanted with Barbie, another great Legofication by Ash and Flash. We also have the Hawaiian Vacation Jessie, which would give us a new piece for Jessie's hair without the hat, using proper accessories attached, and a cloth hip attachment for the continuation of her dress. Unfortunately, since this is all based on an animated shirt, there wasn't too much content to work with, and we couldn't think of an accessory for her. We almost went with using the screwdriver, but it was a bit too oversized and wouldn't be easy to build in LEGO, nor would it have been worth making a new piece over. But our last Hawaiian Vacation variant is Buzz, who does have an accessory, a simple build for his glow stick from the short using existing pieces. His body piece is new, being the usual one but with an added lei, meaning each Hawaiian Vacation figure uses one new piece. We also have that added flower crown on his headpiece, new printing on the legs, and a cloth attachment at his hips. As for our last four minifigures, we took an idea that was going to be used with our first series, translating the humans of the Toy Story world into minifigures. First of which is Andy Davis, of course, based on his design from the first scene of Toy Story 1. Woody's existing hair-hat combo from the LEGO Toy Story 4 sets worked perfectly with the recolor, and his accessory is a printed statuette figure of Woody. Oh, and Andy uses mid-legs, which gave the sizing we were looking for. We almost went with an older Andy from Toy Story 3, so that there'd be a human design from each movie, but I think a younger Andy is more prominent and would be something LEGO would do over the college-ready Andy. Then there's Sid Phillips from the original Toy Story. Finn's hairpiece from Star Wars in brown worked pretty well with Sid, as was the use of mid-legs once again. His accessory is a new statuette piece for Buzz Lightyear, having his wings stuck out. We almost went with the regular statuette piece, but I think this is a special occasion where LEGO would make a more accurate piece for Buzz. From Toy Story 2, we have Al McWiggin in his chicken outfit, used to advertise Al's Toy Barn. No new molds were really needed, and the existing chicken suit piece from Series 9 worked well, recolored and printed to fit the movie. No accessories would work since he can't really hold anything with the feathered arms, but we did include a separate balding head attachment with some new coloring for when he's not wearing the chicken mask. Finally, our last minifigure is Bonnie Anderson. Bonnie has a new specialized hairpiece, her outfit from Toy Story 3 with a skirt piece, and even the backpack piece in yellow. We could have easily went with her Toy Story 4 design and included Forky, but Forky was in our first series already, and I don't think there needs to be another variant of him. Instead, we settled with a statuette design for her accessory with Jessie. Anyways, here's all of our second series Toy Story minifigures, which came out to a pretty nice mix. I feared we'd just end up doing a bunch of variants, but no, lots of solid choices here, and it's distinctive enough from the first series. For the characters we skipped out on doing, I can reiterate some we were against doing since the first series. I know we were breaking the licensing rules for this one, but still no Trixie or Buttercup, as their bodies and everything would be too big for a blind bag. No peas in a pod either, because they're just too small and I couldn't really fit them as an accessory. No Star Command because Disney wants us to forget about that show, nor are any of them relevant to the franchise at this point. Ah, crap. We forgot to do Sparks. Looking back, they'd probably choose him over Zurg's robot. But I think everyone can agree that Zurg's robot is cooler and much more memorable than Sparks. I mean, I don't even remember what he did in Toy Story 3. I think he was part of Lotso's army. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of this series in the comments below. Which are some of your favorite minifigures? Did we still miss out on a character you'd love to see? Sparks fans, you could leave your comments directed at Ash and Flash. As always, a huge thanks to Ash and Flash for doing the artwork. Check out his YouTube and Instagram linked in the description. Subscribe to keep up to date with new CMF drafts on this channel. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Bye.